birthday comments made during the birthday of the former Minister of Transportation, and then the media chat from the FCT Minister yesterday. Well, a lot of people have been talking about that, but that's not what's going to make our conversation this morning. We might respond to a few things if my guest wants to when the question comes, but the major focus today is what is happening across the local government areas, especially under the leadership of the administrators at the various local government councils. Now, if you remember that the state administrator, all right, had asked that the administrators of the various local government draw up a development plan for implementation. He has asked them to draw up a development plan for implementation. And now that was about some weeks ago, last month. All right. He gave the directive closing the ceremony of a 4-day transformational leadership training workshop that was organized by the state government in conjunction with the NIPSS, that's the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies. Prior to that time, there's been plenty of conversations around what are the administrators in the various local governments up to. Some people say there is the thing of witch hunts. There's reports of or rumors of, if you are not on the side of the FCT minister, if you're not on the side of the suspended governor, and there's that. There are many that even describe the appointments on one side. And in fact, to make it even worse for the development is the fact that some say, there's a deliberate attack or attempt to attack the immediate past council chairman and the work that they did. There is a lot going on. But the major focus is upon this directive. Which brings us to the question you would find if you go on Facebook, what would you say is the development plan or the project that you have seen being executed by the administrators in any of the local government that you find yourself? Some say, salaries have been paid. For now, I don't know if salaries have been paid now, but my last information was that they're yet to have the JAC meeting, that they should be preparing for that so that people will get salaries. But what exactly is happening? Let us know on Facebook the question, what can you say is the development plan or the project that you have seen being executed by the administrator of your local government area? Get on Facebook and drop those thoughts with us quickly at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Let's find out what's happening. We know that several of them have had meetings. Let me introduce my guest. He is Chizy Enyi, President General, Initiative for Parent Strategy and Good Leadership, and he is from Emoha, so hopefully we'll find out a few things about what's happening in Emoha, and also a few things that will point out from Ikore local government area. Mr. Chizy, what is the development plan for your council? Beyond that is even, we know that meetings have been held. At least we've heard that meetings have been held. We know that some projects were visited. Beyond that, what exactly is? Have you seen something that you would say is a developmental plan or projects that, is in the pipeline?
Let me say good morning to Rivers people. Your question is holistic in nature. Is it should I limit myself to MOA local government?
Because you are from MOA, I wanted to start with that.
And I want to be very sure of the sole administrator you're talking about. Is it that of MOA local government or the state?
The MOA local government, not the state. We're talking
First
of the.
all, let's even borrow a leaf from where they were appointed from, the state. There is no development plan. There is no projects as we talk. And you talked about whether salaries has been paid. I'm sure payment of salary is not a project. It's also not supposed to be part of development plan. And just like the question you asked, what have the sole administrators done as projects? In fact, let me tell you, apart from the appointment being political as to be only those who are supporting the FCT minister,
so you share with that opinion?
It is not an opinion, it's a fact. It's not an opinion, it's not an allegation, it's a fact. If we go into details of the list being written as for those that will be paid, you would know. But I don't want to go into that. We are all politicians, and when it favors you, you take. So I'm not condemning the actions of those writing lists of those that they will pay. Now, on the issue of the development plan, let me tell you, the person who would have benefited more or the highest beneficiary of the appointment of the sole administrator of the state as on development plan, assuming he is really interested, if not for politics, would have been the sole administrator of Emoha local government. You know why?
Why?
Before the exit of the former chairman of Emoha local government, Honorable Chief David Omereji, he left 22 projects completed. Out of the 22, 19 were initiated by him. 22 projects completed. Completed, not nearing completion. Total of 32 projects, but he completed 22 projects in less than 8 months. Let me even tell you, in less than 1 month in office, just like you're talking of development plan as ordered by the sole administrator of the state, in less than 1 month in office, Omereji has given out not less than 5 to 10 jobs, less than 1 month in office. Less than 1 month in office, and also mobilize contractors. Now, the 22 projects completed, assuming the sole administrator of Emoha local government, when he came, truly he meant well, until the Bujaziz, who felt that since they have taken power through the back door by his appointment and they nominated him, wants to take full charge and control of him. Else, why would he not even kickstart by commissioning those projects? Let me tell you, the sole administrator hails from Obakre, and the Romada Ahiezi Road, which was initiated by Chief David Omereji and has been completed. He's from there. The road is there, just waiting for commissioning. The 1,500 double student seaters that is now ready to be distributed is there. The man has left it. The Elibrada Secondary School is there, ready. It has been interlocked, fenced. The which one? Let me be very factual so that they don't misquote me.
While you're trying to come up with of your
facts. Let me be very factual so that I don't know. I'm just telling you, assuming there is really a development plan. The reconstruction and furnishing of 12 blocks of the Omudioga Junior Secondary School. The reconstruction and equipment of Eweda Modern Police Division. The reconstruction and furnishing of Rumuji Customary Courts and Quarters. The reconstruction and furnishing of Rumuji Police. The furnishing equipment of quarters in Rumuji Police Station. The reconstruction and furnishing of Rumuji Magistrates Court, I think, yeah. The concrete fencing, interlocking and landscaping with a gate of 120 plots of land at the Omudioga Secondary School. That one I've mentioned. Reconstruction and furnishing of 18 classroom blocks of Omudioga Junior and Secondary School. The concrete fencing and interlocking with gate of 115 plots of land of Romeho Junior Secondary School. The reconstruction and furnishing of 12 classroom blocks of Junior and Secondary School, Romeho, completed. Construction, fence, and interlocking and landscaping with a gate of 125 plots of Elebrada Junior and Secondary School. I've mentioned that one. The reconstruction and furnishing of 20 classrooms blocks of Elebrada Junior and Secondary School.
So I'm coming.
Yes, because of time. I said, and several others. These are projects completed, inclusive of the electrification of 10 wards. In Emoha government has 14 wards. The 10 wards has been fully electrified. The remaining Omudioga, Iba, Obele, and Rumekbe, which projects are still ongoing. Now, these are verifiable projects. These are facts. These are things the eye can see. I don't even need to tell you. Just go to Emoha local government and visit these
So what
areas.
is happening with the other projects that perhaps have not been completed or started so far under the administrator of?
The other projects are still ongoing. Like the Irundele Road is ongoing.
It's ongoing under the administrator now.
Yes, under the administrator is still ongoing because of the memorandum of understanding and the terms of the job. So that job is still ongoing. So all these things are plans to which, assuming the sole administrator in our local government is not being deceived into believing what the Bujazis said. He would have inherited this thing. And let me even tell you, the commissioning alone will surpass every other thing. In fact, any elected chairman of 3 years would have done. But he just came. Instead of doing this, he started playing politics.
Is it true, in your opinion? Is it true that really there is? I mean, you already hinting something in that direction, but I just want you to see if you can, in a few seconds, confirm from whether or if you've experienced some sort of separation between supporters of this or supporters of that, or because you worked with this, you can't have access to what happens now that we are in the council.
No. For me, I'm not I'm not of that sort. The reason is the council is a public place. If you don't want me to have access, I can formally write you and go to court on informations I need. It's a public document and I needed this.
Okay.
So those ones are possible.
All right.
But what I'm saying in essence is that the sole administrator of the state will not get anything from the sole administrators of the various AGs, because this is making it 2 months happy of the appointment. Yet none of them has shown anything as development. Not even to talk of my own local government, MO.
All right, we'll come back. We'll also touch on a few local governments and look at what could be the allocation, because that's also another very important part of it. People have asked, we don't even have an idea of what the allocation is. They're not to not talk about what they're doing as projects. So we'll get into all of those details after the commercial. Remember, let us know what is the development plan you've seen or project that's being carried out by the administrator of your local government council after the break. in the studio, and we are looking at the development plan and projects that have you seen under the current local government administrators. I told you the order that was given by the state sole administrator to the various local government administrators to come up with a development plan, and also let us know how they intend to go about the development of the various councils. If that plan have been submitted and if they are working with it, we don't have all that information, but from the list we've gathered, in some local governments, I know that in the Korea local government, they say that, well, they're now in the council, what their meetings were held, and there are plans to try and see how they are working on refurnishing the council because of what had happened. Beyond that, not much information. Several individuals they have said there's nothing that's happening. In Enyi, we've also heard that there's nothing. In Korea, I think I also would add there were visits to markets, and then there were talks about sanitation and trying to keep the area clean, which is for many the most that other local administrators have also done in their local government. But then, with regards to whether they know of a development plan, the answer has been in the negative. I will come to my guest now, who was reeling out projects that he felt in his local government the administrator could have jumped on and completed some of them, and it would have been beneficial to the residents of Emoha. But there's something that's also had made the news that was very important, and I'll need you to let us know. There were talks that the immediate past chairman borrowed monies, and there are even petitions back and forth. Were these things true? Are these things true, or are they directed to linked with the projects that?
No, there is no reality. It's not even a half truth. What happened was that when the sole administrator came, he met with the principal staffs of the council, and then they briefed him on the development so far.
That's the administrator of the council.
Yes, the sole administrator. Yes. So then thereafter he realized that there was an instrument of standing payment order as to the tune of 2.5 billion, which was 1.150 was issued in favor of the contractor handling the electrification project, which was valued at 1.9 billion, and the construction of Rundele Road and then the Chizy Romada Road, which was valued for 1.8 billion. Those two projects. So the council chairman then Omereji paid for the electrification 750 million, and thereafter paid 500 million for the road project. And because of the volume of the project, because of other projects, so he was unable to fund this one particularly, and then he entered into a memorandum of understanding with them by issuing them an instrument of payment order. Authorizing that, look, from our allocation, you can be paid this directly, monthly, even without coming to disturb us, so that the jobs will go on. One thing very paramount is that when Omereji came in, there was total blackout in the entire local government. There was no electricity for the past 3 years or more. It is an obvious thing, everybody knows, even your station here can attest to that. So that was the very first thing he did, was to start up the electricity project. And then he issued that, and the two instruments valued for the sum of 2.5 billion. And it has also been